Noise modifier. Noise is used to generate disturbances on a surface of an object. It's typically used to create a ground surface or maybe a water or wavy surface. So I'm going to come in and just create a box, an everyday box. All right. And then I'm going to go into my command panel, go to Modify tab, and I'm going to go into my modifier drop-down list and choose Noise. And now I come in my parameters. In my parameters, the seed parameter is the value in which is the starting point for generating the randomness to it. So I'm going to just throw a number in like, say, 20. A scales by default is 100. So as we go up in size, the higher number provides smoother noise effects, where the lower numbers give a little more scraggly. So I'm going to do a little scraggly so it's visual, right? So I'm going to go with a 50. And now I'm going to come down here into my strength, and I'm going to exaggerate it in the Z direction of my noise, and I'm going to put a value, let's say, of 20 in there, and you can see how it distorts the shape of the surface. The higher number I put of strength, the more it pulls it up in the Z axis. Okay, so I just go down a little bit here. Now, if I switch this to Fractal, then it runs an algorithm in which you'll generate the randomness of the noise, and you get more randomness of the noise type thing. And you can see here that I get, this comes on the roughness and iterations. The more iterations, the more randomness it is. And the roughness is used to smooth things out. So I can set that between 0 and 1. So I'll say 0.5. And you can see it gets more a little jagged, right? And so I go to 0 and it's smoother. So I can make it a little less in the Z, and typically you're dealing with the Z a lot of times to make the ground surface or something like that. You know, and I could put smaller effects in the X and the Y, perhaps, but it's usually going up in the Z that we're most concerned about, because we're trying to make waves or the earth moving around. So in the scale, if I want it smoother, I'll go back up towards 100. Okay, and if I change the seed, that is generating the randomness of the object. Okay, so I like the fractal, otherwise I get just gentle smoothing. And a lot of times if you're making, you know, some ground, it's not that smooth. It's kind of irregular in some cases. So I do like the fractal to use this in the noise. So it's a great way to give a irregular shape object to something, you know, like the ground or the water, or maybe even, you know, snow built up on a surface that's just natural, like, because nothing is flat perfect. In reality, we have this randomness of things, and this randomness is really the noise modifier. One of the complaints of computer animation and generation is it's too perfect, and this is a great modifier to eliminate the perfectness of everyday objects, because if we look at an actual object, everything has nicks and dings and rough surfaces and things of that nature, and this particular modifier really helps to make things look realistic.